Green Screen Masters. Let me show you what comes in our green screen kits and how you would want to set it up at home. I'm recording this from my iPhone, and I'm doing that so that I can show you how to attach it with the iPad. But this is an example of how easy it is to set up a tripod, clamp on a device, and start recording. It's super fun, and I think these green screen kits are really going to add some oomph to your video creation. So you'll notice behind me I have the green screen fabric. I've hung it up with the command strip hooks and used the little clamps and just made that fit in my space. So that's why we've included those for you. So you can hang this up in a corner, on a wall, wherever you are. This is my home office. It's actually just a nook in my bedroom. So for me, this little nook has become my big recording space and my at-home work area. Set it up wherever you are. The other thing you might notice is I do have a couple of lamps here. I have this one that I can aim and shoot where I need the light, and then I have another floor lamp over here. That's important for green screen because you have to be well lit so that you don't have big shadows, and so you're gonna have to play with that a little bit. Now the two programs that we're gonna be using for green screen, iMovie and the app called DoInk green screen, those on the iPad are very forgiving. So you can do some really cool stuff, but you don't have to worry too much about having perfect lighting because they're very forgiving programs. Now the next piece is probably the hardest piece. Once you get that green screen fabric up, that's pretty easy, can just stay there. The tripod might need a little bit more of playing with it to get used to all the different controls. We have two different types of tripods because Amazon was out of some and out of the others, so we have two versions, and I'm going to show you quickly the features of that and just how to make sure that it's set up and you know what knob does what. So let's take a look at that. So let's take a look at your tripod. Now most of you, I had the most of this little small travel tripod called Tack Life. So if you've got one that looks like this, I'm talking to you. When you first take it out of the bag, you'll notice that it feels like it kind of is stuck there. It's these little clamps inside that make it stick together. Just give it a little oomph on there and you can open that up. These three little levers on the side, you can open those up. I don't recommend using that smallest one. It seems a little flimsy to me. So see if you can get away with just expanding the top two big ones. Don't just expand the little one and go with that. Always do the biggest ones first. They're a little more sturdy. So I'm going to flip open those two on each one and clamp those holders back then to closed, because if I don't, then it'll just go right in when I set it down. Now the head of this tripod has some features as well. Number one, that top part will come all the way up, and that might get you enough height to be able to record. If you're super tall, you may still need to do those third smaller legs. Just know that you don't want to get that too top heavy, so play with that a little bit. And then the head is really flexible, so you can spin it around and you can aim. This little handle here turns, and then if you turn it all the way to tight, it holds this stable so it won't go up and down. But if you do want to tilt the head, you just loosen that handle and then it gives you that flexibility of movement. Up here on the top, this thing is also flexible, so I can loosen that knob and then I could lift it up. How cool will this be when you're able to aim that iPad straight down like a document camera? So I'm going to put that back. And then you'll notice that there is this top screw. That's what's going to screw in to either the tripod mount that you have that will allow your iPad to sit securely on this tripod, and we'll take a look at that in a second. But the Tack Lifes also come with this little guy. It might be in the bottom of the bag if you didn't even notice it was there, and this will hold a cell phone. And it just stretches a little so that it clamps securely on that cell phone, but you'll notice that the screw is either here or back here, and this little guy pops out, so you could even just tilt it and put it on a desktop. So it's a pretty cool little tool that comes with those. You'll screw those on there to hold your device if you wanted to use your iPhone like I'm doing in this video. And then this little knob here is just to clamp that down and make sure it doesn't spin on you. So if I clamp it down, I can't spin the handle. If I loosen, Now I can spin. So just kind of play with those knobs so that you know which ones to keep tight. So that's pretty much the basics of this tripod. Let me show you the other tripod for those of you who got the Amazon Basics one. So let's take a look at the other tripod option. Some of you in your kit may have gotten one that's a little more heavy duty. This is the Amazon Basics one. If I was gonna buy one for myself, this is the one that I would have purchased, but they didn't let you order more than 3 to the same person, so I only got the 3. This one is a little bit sturdier, it's a little thicker, so that means it's heavier. The lightweight one is really nice for travel. So again, this one has these 2 little flaps at the bottom, so that would allow us to expand out those legs. It doesn't have 3 like the other travel one, but it does have the 2, and that makes it pretty tall. So this is tall with both up. I'm gonna expand that back in so that I can set it down easily. You'll notice how quickly it is to expand and then shrink those back up. So here's my tripod. Now it has a nice handle for carrying, and it also has this really cool spinny guy here that'll allow that head to go up and down. The other one you just manually do, and then you tighten the clamp to make it stay. This one's kind of nice for on-the-fly adjustments. Just like the other one, this one has a nice head that has some options here. So if I loosen this, it allows me to give it a spin. If I tighten this or loosen that, it'll allow me to tilt up and down or to hold it steady in a more prone position. And then this one also allows that foot plate to go up and down if I wanted to use this as a document camera. That's a pretty cool feature, and I think that's going to come in handy for what you're working on at home. Now there is a quick release foot on this one, so instead of just having direct access to the little screw where you're going to mount your tripod adapter for the iPod, I just have to click this little release. This comes off, then I will mount it to the holder for my iPad and then put that back in here and clamp it back down. So that's a quick release foot. That's what those are called. And we will take a look now at how I'm going to attach the iPad to either of the tripods. So let's take a look at how we're going to use this tripod to hold our iPod. Now I've got my iPod here, I've got my iPad here. I think I keep calling it an iPod because of tripod. This iPad, that's what I'm wanting to put on here, will fit into the clamps of those holders that you got as part of your kit. So there is a little knob on the back that'll allow this to extend out and then to tighten so that it doesn't loosen while you're using it. And that's a really tight seal. Now your case that has the flap on it, if it should fit in here with that flap against the back. You'll notice if you haven't clicked back that corner of the flap that it covers up the camera. You don't want that to happen, so just flip that creased corner. There's a little magnet in there that'll hold it open, and then you'll be able to access that camera. Another thing to think about is where that camera lies. So you'll want the camera to be in the top corner of the iPad instead of down here when you attach it. It'll make for a much better look if you have it up top so that when it's attached to the tripod, you're not having to look down here for the camera, that you can look right into the camera up here or have this pointed in the direction of where you're filming. Now, lots of people like to look at themselves while they record, and that's cool too if you want to flip the camera so that you're able to see where you are in space while you're recording. Just remember, it looks more natural if you're looking at the camera and not into your own eyes when you're talking. So this is how I'm attaching my iPad to the tripod right here. One of the things that you'll notice is that I have the handle for panning back and forth pointed away from the screen. I might decide to switch that around, and you can be flexible with that. If during the filming you're looking at yourself here so that you're paying attention, and then you want to be able to reach over and pan this way. So just whatever makes more sense for you, since you're doing the one-stop shop here as cameraman, live on-air talent, editor, you do it all. The other thing that we talked about briefly is how to use this like a document camera stand. So I'm going to turn it one more time this way, and then I can loosen that knob that controls this flexible head. And now if I crank that down to keep it tight, my iPad is pointed straight over where I might be able to put a little table with the thing that I want to show the kids. It could be a manipulative that I want to show them what they're doing, or do a Khan Academy style video where they see my hands writing, and now I've got a stable way to hold my iPad in that document cam style. Pretty cool addition to what you're able to do to make this device really functional for you. Now that's a quick look at your kit. So we've got the green screen fabric held up with those command hooks and the little clamps, and then you've got your tripod and the iPad holder. So those are the things that you need to get set up before we see each other during our virtual training. Make sure and let me know if you need any help. Thanks!